guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Today I am doing some swatches and an eye look with the new Lime Crime Venus XL2 palette, which is absolutely stunning. And I've just finished this makeup look and I absolutely adore this palette. I do have the first one, which was the Venus XL, and then I've got the Happy Birthday palette as well. And this one I did a tutorial on just the other day, which is has some pinks and purples in there, which is beautiful, but this one I am going to say is my favorite palette. Absolutely beautiful. So I'll show you inside. It does come with a mirror. Still got the plastic on there. Now the cost in Australia is, or Australian AUD is $82.91 on the Lime Crime website, so you can work out a correlation to whichever country you're in as to the cost. I really do think it's worth it. It's absolutely beautiful. So it does come in 4 finishes throughout the palette, throughout all the colours there. So there's a matte, few matte colours in there. They are really buttery and very smooth. You've got foil colours in there too, which are really ultra reflective. You've got some metallic, which are really shimmery and shiny, and then you've got sheer iridescent, which is really like a lid topper just to put over the top of another colour. Absolutely beautiful. So In Bloom is the first one I'm going to swatch. So it's pink, and they're calling it a muted rose. So that's that colour there. So the next one next to it is an icy champagne. It's called Crown, and it's a foil colour. It's very, very light. You can see that there. Thorn is the next, sorry, Sage is the next one, which is green, which I do have in my crease there today. So it's an olive green. It's quite nice. And then Thorn is a cocoa with a blue sparkle, and that's metallic. I can't wait to use that because that is stunning. Very beautiful bronze colour. Cut myself there somehow. And then Ripe, which I do have on the outer corner here, just in a little, which is a terracotta, almost a caramel terracotta colour. And then the last one on that line is Forbidden, which is a peachy copper, and it's metallic. Wow. So that first line is just stunning. I love it. So I'll just clean those off and we'll go ahead with the second line in the palette. So starting on the second line with Stella, which is a pink champagne, and that's metallic as well. That's beautiful. So Myth is a silvery green foil, so that's that one there. Oh, absolutely stunning. Just beautiful. And then Laurel is an olive gold, and that's metallic. So it's a greeny gold. I'm really hoping these swatches are showing up. They're absolutely stunning. Radiant, which is very light. Again, they're calling that peach pearl. It's a sheer iridescent. So to place over the top of another colour, you can see, hopefully see the iridescence and all the different colours coming through that. I can see a peachy sort of silver colour at the moment. And then Ivy on the end here, which I did use on my lid today. They're calling a glazed green with pink sparkle. Beautiful. And I do love it on my lid. So I'll just go ahead and wipe those off, and then we'll hop into the third line, which is just as stunning. And then on the bottom row here you've got West, which is a warm brown, and that is metallic. Oh, that's gorgeous. Obscure. This, I did actually look at that and think that was a matte colour, but it's not. It's a sheer iridescent soft green. So to pop over another colour, beautiful. And then Mystic, soft blush metallic. I really love this. This is beautiful too. That's gorgeous. It's like a rosy pink. And then Phoenix, is a rust colour, and that's metallic. This is going to be very vibrant. That's gorgeous. And then you've got Locust. They're calling a green with a brown shift, and that's metallic. So it's quite a bit of a different, unique colour, almost a little bit grey in there as well. And then Classical, they're calling Plum Brown Matte. And when I did put it on the very outside edge, outer corner of my eye today, I found it just brown. It's just a dark brown. It does look quite plum on my arm there, but I did sort of feel like it was a brown colour. So we'll get into an eye look for you, and I'll show you how I've done today's look, but absolutely stunning. Okay, so starting off as always with my P. Louise base in Rumour 02 on a Zoeva concealer buffer. So just buffing that in all over. Slightly dampened beauty blender just to blend that just a little bit more, smooth that out. Okay, so the first colour I'm going to go into is the Sage, which is the olive green, and a Too Faced all over shadow brush, and just on the tip I'm going to look down because I've got my hooded eyes, and I'm just going to go in and place that green. Okay, so I've got that down fairly even. Now I'm going to go into Obscure, which is that beautiful mint colour on a MAC 217. Just on the tip, tap off any excess, and I'm just going to go in and actually just blend the very edge of that colour. And this is going just on the inner transition area. Just to blend that edge. And then next up I'm going into In Bloom, which is that muted rose pink on a Dose of Colours blending brush. Just on the tip again, tap off the excess, and then I'm just going to go on the outer edge of that dark green to blend. And then just going back in with Too Faced brush on Sage again, and just popping back in that green. Going back in with a little bit more of the In Bloom. So now I'm just going to take Ripe, which is that warm terracotta matte colour on a MAC 221, a small brush. Just going into the outer corner just to deepen that up a little. And I want to deepen that up just a little bit more, so I'm going to go into the classical. We'll try that. Okay, so onto the half cut crease. I'm going to use my P. Louise base in 0, which is basically a white. So I want that lid to be as vibrant as I can on a Luxie concealer brush. Just popping a little bit near the lid there. I'll just switch to a MAC 242 just to pop this half cut crease in. Okay, so time for a crease colour. I think I might try the Ivy first. That was glazed green with pink sparkle metallic. I think that would be nice, but I'm just tossing up between the Myth and the Ivy, so we'll try Ivy first on a Makeup Forever 240 brush. I'm just going and packing that colour on. I just want to go back in with that green sage on a Sigma. This is a very small E21. So I just want to actually define that just a little bit more over the top of that half cut crease. I'm just going to take my E40 and just give a little blend over everything there in the crease, very lightly, light hand. I want to go back in and pop a little bit more classical in. And then on a Sigma shaded crease E47, which is very tiny again, I'm going to go back into Ripe, which was that terracotta colour. I'm just going across that demarcation line there. Okay, time for the bottom lash line, so I'm going back into classical, which was the very dark deep. It's pretty brown. It says that it is a plum brown matte. It does look brown on me. So I'm just going on the tip of the brush and right into the outer corner there. And back into the E47, I want to go into that Ripe. And I just want to blend along the bottom of that. So for the inner corner, I'm going to give Myth a go, which is the mint with the pink sparkle. Just going to do a little bit more of a blend along the bottom lash line, going with the E40, and just blend that out just a little bit more. So I'm just going to try NARS Larger Than Life eyeliner, which I love this colour. Let's see if it comes up bright enough in the waterline there. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do the rest of my makeup and I'll come back and we'll talk about the makeup. Okay guys, that's the look for today. I absolutely love how that turned out. The shadows were so easy to use. The colours are absolutely beautiful. And I almost think that this could be my most favourite palette ever. You definitely do get a bit of a grungy look from it, depending obviously on the techniques that you use. But I love the palette. It's beautiful. So I definitely will be doing more looks with this palette. Got some fingernail marks in there. So if you like the look today, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, click on the notifications bell and subscribe, share the video, keep being the best version of you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.